Howdy folks, welcome back. As I promised in a previous video, I thought I'd do a quick little comparison of the Ruger LC9 and the new Ruger LC9s Pro. Now of course, before we go any farther, let's just make sure these are empty. I checked them before, but I'll check them again. So as you can see, right away, they're very similar. One thing you'll note on the LC9s is you have that trigger safety. On the LC9 you do not. On the other side, you'll notice the LC9 has that external safety. The LC9s Pro does not. On the back, as you can see, do this without pointing them at myself. On this LC9 you have that little hammer spur there. On the LC9s and this LC9s Pro you do not. Now one thing to note, you'll notice my LC9 is a little bit crusty. It's been carried. Grizz, you carried? No, of course not. It's been carried a lot, and if you do not clean this thing, some schmutz and lint and everything can get in there and gum up the works. If you're going to have this thing, especially on an inside the waistband holster or any shooter for that matter, clean that thing. You know, I know some people clean them every night. I think that might be a little overkill. Clean them every week or every couple of weeks and take them out to the range. If you're going to be, you know, depending on this tool for your life or the life of your loved ones, you want to know it's going to work, and you want to know that you've trained and you're competent in the use of it. So anyway, definitely clean it. I have had problems to where it wasn't cycling right, and I did a pretty deep cleaning and I found all that schmutz in there. So anyway, that's a basic comparison. You know, the big differences in between the LC9 and the S Pro obviously is the S Pro, it's striker fired, not hammer fired. It has the trigger safety on there. The Pro model does not have the thumb safety. It does not have a magazine disconnect. So if you drop your magazine, you still have one in the chamber, you can fire it. Now another note on carrying them. This is a holster I have. It's actually for a different gun so that my famine insurance, that's right, my belly, kind of folds this little tab over. But no matter what holster system you go with, you want something with a sweat shield. Ask me how I know that. Well, how I know that is if you have one that just comes up to about here, then unless you're wearing a t-shirt under your cover garment, this part's going to be touching your skin. And, you know, yeah, some of us, you know, we might enjoy that feeling. I don't know. But in the summertime, or if you're, you know, doing something around, there's going to get sweat. It's going to get in the slide. It's going to get in the magazine. It's just going to get anywhere it can get. And it's going to kind of gum it up. You can see this one, it's a little bit crusty looking, but it works. Like I said, take it out to the range, and I try to fairly often. But get yourself a holster system with a nice sweat shield, and you can see by the discoloration, this one has taken a bit of sweat. Now some people might say it stinks. I kind of like the smell, but then I like the smell of a sweaty horse saddle and tack too. So take that for what it's worth. Anyway, that's a quick comparison of the Ruger LC9 and the LC9s Pro. I hope that answers your question. If not, Google is your friend. Really, there is information out there that you never knew you wanted to know. So just take a look. If I can help you out, I will, but I'll be honest with you, there's guys who know a heck of a lot more than I do. Oh, well, let's take one look here. We'll see if we can do it without a magazine in there, which we can't. So we will demonstrate that all of the accessories and everything, magazines included, are interchangeable. So let's just demonstrate that long double action trigger pull. I don't know if you followed that. Hopefully the camera can get this, pick it up against my white shirt. Now if I was fancy like some of those channels, I'd have a little card back there with the little checkerboard and the little measuries, but we're low budget here at Grizz's place. So you get me and my finger and my high-tech pointer that I stole from Days Inn. So from the front you got that amount of take up, and then it gets strong, and then it goes and it goes and it goes, and then it breaks. Now like I said, you can get used to it. I don't know why I'm not feeling the reset, maybe because it's not loaded. Anyway, you can get used to it, and I got to, within a couple of magazines I was able to, handle it pretty well, have, accurate follow-up shots and double taps and everything. But it's just something you have to pay attention to, and especially if you're switching back and forth. I know a lot of people who switch back and forth who love, the striker fired. This, I think, is my first one. I'm not sure. Anyway, so there you go. The Ruger LC9 and the Ruger LC9s Pro. Now, when things thaw out, I'll get this out to the range and I'll give you a shooting video too. Thanks so much for stopping back to Grizz's place. I really appreciate you stopping by. Hope to see you down the trail. Until then, watch top notch.